Hello everybody, Darren here, and welcome back to Anno 117 Pax Romana as Maximus Schlonginus here on the island of Mimosa. As I often say, Party Central, picking up right where we left off at the end of the previous episode. We just had a little bit of combat, a taste, with Queso Syracuse the pirate. He was chasing our little baby trade route here, which deals with resin and olives from one of our northern islands. We showed up. We defended, we chased them off, we got rid of them, sunk his ships, but we're licking our wounds outside of our repair crane now. Apart from that, we also spent a huge amount of time on the episode doing a rework of the island, primarily based around the new Governor Villa with its little kind of courtyard around it, trying to make things look a bit more realistic, a bit more lived in, a bit more, well, dare I say historical, I don't know, but you know what I mean, a bit more immersive for sure and less gamified. So that's going well, but the economy did kind of reset a little bit when we did that, and I've mentioned because not everything is super optimal, right? We don't have everything within this radius as we used to, so now we're lacking a little bit of the workforce and a few other things that we had gotten used to, so we're kind of rebuilding a little bit. I did say on the right side here I'd do another time-lapse maybe in the future, but I want to get the aqueduct and a few other things before we do that, and then I really have all the tools at our disposal for a while to see like all the different effects we're going to be playing around with. But I think this is a good first start, you know, it's going to be ever-evolving as mentioned, but the feedback was awesome, people seem to love it, so, and I really like it, so I'm really happy so far. The idea now is just upgrade, 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 right? So, current situation, got about 3,000 denarii. I'll let time play in just a moment once I'm done recapping. A lot of our denarii went into Diana. She absolutely swindled me. So in the previous episode, we had a look at her items on offer. One of them here was worth 2,500, just like this one. It was a green item that we have equipped on one of our ships, and it gives us a modest little speed boost to the ship. And I was like, great, 2,500, not bad. Let's pick it up real quick. And as we got our ship there and we bought it, it cost 10 times the advertised amount. So when you actually open up the screen, the full trade screen to do the transfer, the price is updated by 10 times. There was an item in there that actually cost 140,000. It was like an epic item, a purple color. And if we bought it in that screen, it changed to 1.4 million. So that would have been a hell of a misclick. So unfortunately, I did misclick and hit the 25,000 thinking it was the old value that we did see. And I was really confused. I was like, how did I read that wrong? But people pointed out in the comments, and shout out to the comments again, appreciate you, because I just assumed I must have read it wrong. But no, it did show correctly, and it did jump. People posted in the timestamp and said, like, there it is. So I've actually forwarded that to Ubisoft as a bug and a few other things, because I was asked for feedback. If they were like, if you have any feedback, like, you know, let us know. And how are you finding it and everything. So I just gave them a rundown of a lot of the issues I've been having. I said, like, generally, I'm really up on the game. But here's a few things I'm missing, you know. Stuff in the statistics screen is missing. I'm not a fan of how this doesn't blend. We had a trade bug just happen over there. The AI, when I was fighting the ships, seemed to just completely ignore me. That's not good. One of the NPCs that we're playing with is advancing super quick and the other isn't, even though they're at the same difficulty. I mean, it's normal for them to have different build and play styles, but Concordia seems to be barely building at all, whereas our Anitu is building quite a lot. So I'm like, yeah, I don't know if that's intentional or what, but something might be off there. And then I just mentioned a few other like quality of life things and you know, stuff to do with the fire safety being a little out of control, just stuff like that, either by toning that number down, but keeping the values the same. So what I mean by, like, if this just said -75, but had the exact same effects, I'd probably be like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's fine. We'll eventually get stuff to improve it. But at this stage in the game, for the city status we're at, it just seems like a really huge number that feels like I'm doing something very wrong, even though the effect that will happen isn't actually that bad. Every 14 hours, we have 33 buildings catch fire. I mean, 33 buildings is a lot, but every 14 hours, it's like, okay, that's fine. The first one, obviously, it means a smaller fire will break it every 38 minutes, but it feels like it's like, well, it's actually not as bad as it seems, but it is a glowing red number, and it doesn't feel good to see that there. Anyways, I digress. So I've sent all that feedback. Hopefully they do something about it. You never know, it might help. Let's get to it. So, what we really need is workforce. We have 66 Libertas, 19 Plebeian, and 2 Equites. People had mentioned, why don't you build more concrete, get your aqueducts going and all of that? Well, let's have a quick look. In the Equites category, we need 150 in order to get a theater and also the aqueducts, right? So to unlock the next stuff for these guys, we ultimately need more of them. Now, I could just start upgrading, but our base tiers of workforce are a bit low right now. So what I'm going to do is start expanding and building out here, and I'll let time play just after we do that. So very quickly, we're just going to extend the road up here. Actually, no. I'm going to extend the road out. I know it's a bit dark right now, by the way. Sorry, it is the early morning. But it'll make sense in a moment what we're doing. So at least this gives us room to place another farm in here and brush up against the river, and then we can also build a river slot building and get something in there as well. Okay, so ultimately our Governor Villa here, right? It has bonuses to workforce from residents, bonuses if we have a tavern, bonuses if we have a market, extra money, and basically extra happiness and health and knowledge. So that one's really good. The Mad Cook. And then also more research. So we just want to be, you know, not uber maximizing everything. It's cool to have farms in there and make things look a bit nicer, even though it's not really doing much for us. But yeah, for now, we'd like to just place in a few more buildings and get a few more things done. So let's just get rid of this. And we'll just keep moving these into position. Probably just bring this down straight or something for now. I don't have a plan here, by the way, so we'll just figure this out as we go. Now, we'll ultimately need a market. There is a market down there, but another one somewhere up here would be good. I'll just get rid of that bit. And then we also need a tavern. So, tavern, please. Yeah, it might go sideways, actually, I guess. Might be the best thing to do. Are we within range? Yeah, we're just about in range. Okay, cool. Now, we've only got room for one building. Oh, I tell you what, a warehouse on this side might be good. Ah. Okay, let's go across a little bit then. Alright, we have our warehouse in. Bring that across. They kind of just work together as a building, I feel like. Or as a set of buildings. We'll build this here and here, and that gives us a little 2 slot so we can put latrines or something there, maybe. People were joking about my latrines when I was talking about how I'd like to put them next to wells. My logic with that was mostly... Actually, I'll tell you what, we'll do watchtower there, but I'll blueprint it. And a well. Yeah, my logic anyway with the latrines was more that if you had one here and there was a well here, I know it seems like they're close together, but we don't have sewers, right? That would have been a thing in back in the day, and then aqueducts and stuff like that. So there's no real running water in this system, I assume. So I was kind of thinking like, oh yeah, like someone, a worker of some kind, gets water, brings it in, and flushes out. You know, people are sitting down on like a concrete block with a trough behind them. So I assume like, yeah, someone comes in and just like flushes it all out with a bucket of water every now and then. Not that they're like going and washing their hands or dumping in the in the well, but I guess people would maybe do that. So you're right to probably question it. I just feel like something better could be done here, but I don't know what. I want to be kind of quick about it so we can just get playing again. And we'll build some brand new houses as well, of course. So let's get some there and here. I was messing around earlier and I had actually kind of a nice layout. I should have just taken a screenshot and redone it. I was going to do a time lapse basically, but I realized I just didn't have the money for it, so I just kind of went back. But a custodia, yeah, so some sort of vigiles and a custodia, and then a couple of houses. In there. Maybe bring this across. That could be alright. I could bring this down here maybe. That leaves a little gap here, but they could just have their thing fed in that way. Or, maybe even better, we could get another spinner, because we're lacking those. Right there. It's not a bad spot. It's overlapping slightly with some of the ones on the bottom. Where's the other one? It's down here. That's okay though, is it? It's either that or put it over there. Maybe over there is better actually. A lot more houses in that potential region. Alright. But we could do another 4 building there. For instance, oh sorry, this is the spinner. That was the Peleus Felter. Same situation with that though. So let's do something like this. The sandal maker. We don't need one right now, but we could at least prepare for it. That would be better. Alright, let's do that. So 2 production buildings there. The warehouse is over there. Bring this road up. Okay. How much wood do we have? We've got a good amount. Almost done. So we'll leave the sandal maker for now. We'll get all these. So that's fresh batches of houses in. These two can go back down here. I'd like to do something with this area, because this, even if it's not going to look the best probably, but we can make it a little diagonal section. It's probably not going to be super optimal, but at least it's just a few extra houses closer to the Governor Palace. That feels very weird. That could be kind of cool, actually, depending on what we put in there. Okay. Oh, you can't actually go through there, but it's like a little alley. I wonder, does anything fit in that spot? Yeah, you could do a little dirt path. Okay, that's okay then. And then, yeah, we'll do some ornaments and bushes and things. This actually can fit another house. Alright. Could make these triangular roads, actually, thinking about it as well. Sure, why not? And then we'll fill the rest in a bit later. So there is a bit of a gap here. Let me just see if we can just move these guys ever so slightly a little bit more. Alright. Just cut this part of the road. And see, do we have enough now to build 2 blocks? I don't think it's going to add up. Oh, it will. Just about. It's going to be weird though, but that's how I like it. Alright, we'll leave it like that. So that's just a very super quick build, just to get a few more people in, begin the upgrade process. Let's just upgrade all that. Get these 2 in. That one can stay. These 2, sure, why not? And then we'll just commit to time. Finally, the day will start to get a bit brighter as well. Sorry about that. If you brighten it up when the time is paused, it's a bit messed up, actually. Alright. The other thing I need to do is we had a plague happen over here by these farms. So they are in ruins, so we can just fix them up. These ones are actually repairing themselves over time. They still run at 100%, I believe. It's not 100% now, because it's just come back online. But as far as I know, the productivity will outpace that little health bar, so I don't think you actually have to do anything, but I just will anyway. Same with these 2. So that's the sailmaker and the storage warehouse. Alright, cool. So we should see, I think, income increase, workforce increase, and then be almost ready so that we can start upgrading into the plebeians and stuff. Alright, and they get their effects there. I just noticed this isn't connected either, actually. There we go, a little bit better. Right, so you guys don't have a home or a way to get in. Damn. Oh well. We could do a little something there. Again, latrine. Health could be better, so let's give it to them. They could do with a medicus actually out this way, to be honest. Alright, good. So they have that, yeah, they should be fine. 146, that's what I like to see. So it's actually pretty easy, right? We can get our workforce up, no problem. I've just been very slow. Now, with that workforce, we're going to build another ship. So, got the Legio 2 here, ship archers, 2 lots of them, a ship mast. Gonna edit this now. We'll get rid of some of the archers and pop on more of the speed. We'll save that, and then we'll build it. It's gonna take 4 minutes. That'll be our next ship rolling out, because our pirates dotted around, just kind of scurrying around the map all over the place. Someone actually asked, why not buy ships? It's a good question, because well, the main reason is we don't have any money. But it's a good question before when I did have money. Because one thing I'm unsure of is, where does the workforce come from? You know, on this island here, we're using the workforce to build ships, and then they stay on the ship. They're permanently on those ships until they die. Unless the workforce is a pool from all your islands, which could be the case, but I don't think so. I'm not seeing it. This says harbor buildings, residences, and public services. This one over here, it does say ships. So I don't know. Maybe it always comes from your capital island, or maybe you choose. I don't know. But that was partly one of the reasons, but really it was money. We can just make ships. Why buy them? Because you can make them for about a quarter of the cost. But that ship did have a technology on it that we don't have yet, which is scorpions. Our flagship actually has scorpions, but our other ones don't. So it can be worth doing, especially for speed. You just want to get it done. But money is actually the thing I'm lacking the most. Should be getting better now, though. And we do have quests to do. Actually, speaking of quests, one of the quests that we have is to get more pigs again. So I'm just going to, again, build like more than we need. And hopefully that'll roll out. Another thing I need is more oats. I made a note of all these between episodes, which is how I know. I'll just attach that down this way. Cool. Should be okay. Is there a gap here? No. Alrighty. Anyway, so that should fix a few things. I might wait a little bit. I wonder, so how much money does an Equites household make? They make 18 currently. And we can see everything that's affecting them. A plebeian house on the same street makes 15. Okay, so it is definitely better to go up. And then the previous resident is 10. Okay, yeah, let's start upgrading then. We've got the workforce now. And does that include building the ship? I think we lose the workforce after we build it. I assume. I can't click that right now. Alright, so let's begin some upgrades, shall we? Just noticed I have the icons turned off, I think. Yeah, there we go. So, my spinners are lacking hemp. We've upgraded the hemp. Let me just check that in the statistics screen really quickly. So, oh cool, fine glass. Didn't notice some of these things in there. Brooches, writing tablets. So porridge will be okay, fish is okay, bread's okay, all this stuff is good now. These two are quite low, but together they kind of satisfy the same sort of thing. These actually come from the sheep, so sheep is getting better now that we've improved them. You can actually check then the buildings and see which ones aren't running correctly, which is nice. That's what I want for the homes, basically. And that was part of the feedback I sent to Ubisoft about things I'd like to see, so yeah, that was a big one. In terms of seeing what's covered for buildings. So for instance, it's like, I think I mentioned, you know, if I'm building a market here, I'd love to be able to toggle a little box that then shows me this exact overlay, but just everywhere. So I can just show me where the green ones are, like the ones that will get the effect. So I don't have to do this like hovering situation. It would be nice. If you had actual map filters, that'd be cool, but you'd be filtering through a lot. It just makes more sense if you tie it to the actual building you're looking at. But anyway, I digress. That was just a piece of feedback. Alright, money is getting better. All of those things are getting better. So I think we're good to upgrade. So we're going to work around in blocks closest to things like the Grammaticus. Plebs need a Grammaticus, farmers or Liberty don't. So obviously you want to give the things that need things their thing first, because they're closest to it. So let's do that. So still plenty of workforce in both categories, and now we can kind of upgrade a bit more into Equites, which will give us access to an aqueduct and a theater. And really what I want from the extra workforce here, though, is just more concrete production. Actually, that needs meadow around it. That's an apiary. My bad. So 2 extra concrete buildings. So the way we have it right now is this can supply 3 of these. This can supply 2 of these. So we could build 3. We've got an abundance of it. We've built up 51 silica. This only takes 7 plebs, so we could easily just make another one. And then we can build another definitely have more than we need. So, yeah. Let's get all 3. Now, we're a little bit lacking then, but we should be able to fix that up, no problem. Anyway, concrete should get rolling. That allows us then to upgrade all our roads and extend the reach of all our buildings. And everything's just going to get better. We've got a lot of people out in the streets right now. That's good. Place is beginning to flourish. We can see them up on the tops of the buildings, actually, too. Little cats down on the street. Nice. Looks really, really good. It's coming along. It's getting there. We're getting to the vision. Let's have a look at those new things we got. So, Aqueduct cistern. Aqueducts transport water from the mountains into the cities and can supply water to buildings with nearby cisterns for increased health and fire for 3 per residence. Wow. A city that can afford to laugh at itself through satire or else to learn from tragedy needs a theater. Ooh, a little prestige actually, and then a lot of happiness. So happiness and fire are the 2 things we're lacking the most, isn't it? Oh no, sorry, it's health and fire. So obviously the aqueduct is what you need. Now let's have a look at how big this thing is and what does it need. Oh, it doesn't need any people. An aqueduct source. And then the cistern. So I assume aqueduct source goes onto... Oh, nice. Slots onto the mountain. Oh, right. And then its pip is where you pull off the aqueduct from. You can kind of just get a brief look at what that will look like. Super clean. Super nice. Hell yeah, can't wait for that. And then aqueduct cistern, which I assume is the thing it feeds into. So what's the radius on this thing when you feed things? It's okay. Oh, all my redesign, I have to change the whole thing to bring something all this way. How could we ever get anything down here? Let's see, there's no sources over this way. They're all up on this side of the town. Oh, but we can go across rivers, right? Don't know if they'll be able to do that. They can go across this though, no problem. Yeah. Water cannot flow uphill. Oh, that makes sense. Alright, well, you know, there's a problem for another day, really, but... It would be nice if we could have brought one in as far down as here or something. I have no idea how we do that now, though. This is why I said I should have waited. We could easily do it on this side of the town. No problem there. This might be why the islands are designed the way they are. I heard someone saying like they wanted to flatten out the terrain. They wish they could do that. I totally get that, but I guess, yeah. The water flowing down type thing makes sense. I wonder, is there a certain amount of flow that comes from them so you can only hit 1 or 2 cisterns? Or can you hit multiple? Don't know. You think you can hit as many as you want, really. Well, anyway, I don't have the concrete, so we can't build it. So I'll just leave it for now. Let's let time play again. And let's upgrade another couple of houses. Where else could we go? Maybe closer to here, I think would be good. Nice. Pretty steep hill for those guys, but I think the game has handled it well enough.
Construction of a ship has finished.
Excellent.
Waiting for your decree.
All right. Our 3 ships are together. We could go pirate hunting.
Neptune's finest.
By the way, found something cool. If we select these 3 ships...
You have been overtaken by a barbarians.
Nah, don't worry about it. You can click Move in Formation. If we click that, we can actually drag out their formation and move almost like a little RTS. Alright, money's looking good. It's better than ever. Population's better than ever. Everything's getting better. Excelente. Oh, you know what? I didn't look at the theater building. 10 concrete. 15,000 to build it. Oh my god, it's huge. It is as big as our Governor Villa. The reach is great, though. Look at that. So the theater could be like here. Depending on the bridges we have, you know? Maybe get across to the main town. With concrete roads, maybe marble in the future. Or we could do a redevelopment of this area and have it somewhere more close to the Governor Villa. At an angle, I feel like it would look really cool. Oh, you could spend so long on doing that, you know? How's our pig situation, by the way? We're at 98. We need like 150 or 60, I think.
What could you possibly require?
Alright, so there's some ships down this way. And the pirate lair is down this way. I gotta be careful, you know. We could easily trap ourselves in a spot where we get ganged up on. It does seem like they stay in formation as long as you do that. They didn't stay in formation before when I clicked escort. But that looks a lot better now. Oh yeah, we've got a ship in front of us.
We stand waiting.
The wind is behind us, right? Yeah, perfect. This guy's gonna get absolutely destroyed. Go, go, go. Actually, go this way. Angle with the wind perfectly, please. We're the pirates now. Oh no, he's so fast. Oh, that worked out.
What could you possibly require?
A ship is under attack.
Didn't hear the attack order from them that time.
Ready!
They're fleeing right towards the pirate island, actually. So you gotta be careful. There's also pirates over there behind me.
What could you possibly require?
Cargo slow or damage slowdown doesn't really seem to kick in until they go below like a third health, I've noticed as well.
What could you possibly require?
Still in range, just a little bit. If we angle to the side now, our Scorpion will take him out. There we go. Missed. Oh, by the way, just going to pause it really quickly. People mentioned in the previous video, you know, my warehouse was firing on a ship and I kept moving in circles around it because I was trying to get away from its onager angle. And people were saying like, oh, you know, if your trading post was missing its shots because you kept moving and the ship was spinning. I actually did a test just to check that out. On this island here, the other island we own in the north, I drew the pirates up and they actually ended up attacking this. This was just done when I was testing things out because I sent a bunch of feedback to Ubisoft. And I noticed that my island went under siege from the pirates and they just sat there. They didn't move. And the island that was firing on them missed about 50% of its shots. No movement. So it seems like they just miss about half their shots anyway. Little RNG maybe. I don't know. Not an amazing test to do, but interesting, right? It doesn't seem to have anything to do with me rotating them on the spot anyway. I don't think so.
So wary, Triantor.
There's some tiles. Okay.
We advance.
Let's get out of here. There's a bunch of ships. Where are they? Over there. There's like 4 of them at least. Yeah, not ready for that just yet. We'll just clear anything else out and then we can go to them.
Through the waves.
And we're not wasting too much time because we are building up money. I would like to get to Albion though. Because we've kind of been ignoring them. Oh, we've got one coming our way. Although the initial 4 are just still chilling there.
So wary, Triantor.
I'm going to give the attack order and see how they follow.
A ship is under attack.
Looks like he's just fleeing. My guys are keeping up though.
Finest. Ready.
This ship is actually trying to maintain its range on the side, which is good. Look at the way it's aiming to the left of it. That's nice. But I hate the way they do that. They do that in 1800 as well, the way they just stop to fire. Just keep moving. Move beyond.
We stand, waiting.
Yeah, I guess I can't really catch up with the angle of the wind is going like right against us. Not just that, but there is a ship behind me actually. Maybe I'll just let this one go. He'll have to come back around this way probably anyway. This one though should be much easier fish to fry because we're going right with the wind.
Neptune's finest. Ready.
I wish they could take their orders without stopping and moving, you know, just turn like in a nice motion.
What could you possibly require?
Looks like we got him though, and this guy's kind of coming back. So cool, they like beach, you see them all get out and run on. Well, this is my island actually. There we go.
We stand.
Just gotta gang up on him. We got some sails. I'll give that order. We're gonna go into aggressive stance, see if that makes any difference, and just see if they just continue chasing. We'll look away for now. Is this another pirate? No, it's a friendly. All right, back to square one. So, how are we doing now with this? 126. We probably need another trade ship actually, so let's get one ready to go as well. Just a standard civilian ship again, please. Is that right? Yeah, just 9 workforce. It's not too bad. Alright, we're starting to bang out the ships now, looking good. How's actually consumption of higher tier stuff? So we're still great for bread. A little low on the garum now, though, unfortunately. Wine is good. We should be selling wine and garum, I bet. And sandals are still good, too, so we don't need to build another one of those yet. Amphora is actually quite low. And same with the olive press. Okay, we could look into getting both of those up and running again. So the Amphora building we have is out here. And if we look at all islands, we can then see how's...
Ship is under attack.
Yeah, we're low, actually. We don't even have enough resin for what we have. That's good. They managed to catch up to it themselves, so maybe my micro is just awful. They seem to be able to do it.
So Praetor.
I won't give any orders. They are packing like quite a bunch of stuff on their ships, so they are going to be slower than usual as well. They can't seem to hit those scorpion shots, though. I don't think I've ever seen them land a successful one. That ship is acting weird. Firing again. He's led the shot. But, I mean, I guess leading the shot can only get you so far when this is your range, right? You have to overshoot. There we go. That's going to slow him down. Yeah. Good night. Wish I was getting some better items, though. We're just kind of getting some basic stuff. Weapons would be good so we can make more ships. Another enemy ship over there. Might go for that one next. Wood. Yeah, great. Alright, I'll give the order on that one too. Let's go straight with the wind. Cutting straight across this way. The wind is right behind us.
Through the waves.
Catch up on that in just one sec. Up to 10,000 now. Yeah, money's pretty good now. Great. They've backed off. Right. There's a lot of endless chasing for very little gain, it seems. So we're going to go back to port. Pick up, drop off some of that stuff. We'll head over to... Oh yeah, we had a quest actually to do with him. We have to meet him at sea, all the way down in the south. I forgot about that. He's got captives of ours, apparently. So what I'd like to do is just build a couple extra buildings here, get things rolling.
People are ailing.
That's a mimosa disease. Get things rolling, then I can look over to Albion again. Right, so back at the island in the north, we're going to increase the amount of olives and resin that we make here, because we're not making enough. Also, they obviously need fish and things. We never gave them that. That should be enough for them, and then we'll just give them a couple more houses. They should be okay with that. They actually don't need this if we really want to save on workforce. This just gives us a little bit of money. That's going to be basic construction material, and then yeah, we just need another resin thing. So resin takes 4 plebeians. Four plebeians, and then the olives. We're going to need more of both because we need the actual base building, so we need at least 2 more. How many people do we need for olives? 6 workers. Alright, we'll just have to give it time as they grow. Back here, though, we could get another olive press. So our olive press is here. Could get one somewhere deeper into the town on this side of things. Ooh, maybe it would be good on this side. It would kind of overlap some of the stuff on there, but it'd be nice to have it near the water. Although, I guess we'll just be lazy and stick it here for now.
This fish is the salt of the sea.
This game's a lot harder, I feel like. Well, I don't know about difficulty against the AI, but it's harder to balance your production in this game, I think, than Anno 1800 because you can't just tone down the productivity. That was always like a get out of jail free card. It's like, oh, we can just make a little less by toning down productivity. It's like, no, you can't really do that in this one, though. Alright, so that's a lot of workers. So it's another... Oh, this is the wrong
Construction of
building.
the ship has finished.
We don't need that. My bad. What a waste. What we actually needed was the amphorae. The potter. You're actually encouraged to put negative buildings next to each other because they don't stack their effects.
Neptune's finest! Ready!
Alright, you can drop this stuff off. We're full, are we? Full of wood. Do we have much room for new population? We got a little bit. Garum was the other building as well we might need. So the Garum works. Happy, we can take the happiness hit. Don't think we can take more fire hit though. Jeez, it's pretty rough right now. Negative 900. We are making good concrete though, but what I want to do with the concrete primarily is just upgrade the roads. That's it. We don't have any more. But look at this. It's so coming together. Just need to patch up that street. I'll just go into first person. Oh yes, you can drive. Although, I don't know, am I driving? I can't zoom out now. I am certainly higher up than I was before though. Drive back down to the Medicus, that's where this guy was going. That's cool though to be able to see our colonnade and stuff. Nice. Alright, cool. That was a nice little trip. Just to get down on the ground and enjoy the sights and sounds. Even if only for a brief moment.
Waiting for your decree.
Okay, what can we do with these guys? I might put them just patrolling or something, or we could go out to the various different islands and have them ready to buy items. That might roll. That'd be good. Yeah. So let's do that.
There are signs of public unrest.
So you can head out here. You can head out to Valeria, maybe? And then the flagship, we're going to pick up those pigs. So we needed, let's see how much we need. 170. Okay, so we got 145 right now. So we're almost there. We'll get like 5 grand from that, so it'll be definitely worth it. This riot seems pretty bad. The workforce is taking a really big hit. I actually don't know how it's dropped so significant. Oh wow, there we go. Well, that actually... So all of our pigs have burned down with plague. Or fallen to ruin. I'm a bit confused though, like why is this dropped? If none of the houses have been affected, what's the problem? There's a little bit of rioting down here. It's not too bad. Not yet. Oh my god. Yeah, they are not happy. My god, people are flooding down to the streets, or to the coast and the docks. It's cool. But, yeah. Does that mean they're leaving their homes or something? I'm just surprised that this has taken such a dramatic hit. But I don't see necessarily why. And is there a police presence down there? What's even going on, you know? Just unrest in these buildings. Oh, there we go. I can see them now. Sorry, I guess it was hidden. It's still not that many homes, but okay. And then all of these have broken down. If all of these have broken, you would assume that you get the workforce back. Oh, but maybe they stay working while the plague is ongoing or something. I guess that could be it.
Intestines supposed to be in.
Oh, God. Yeah, there's not much we can do about that. We could get a medicus down this way, I suppose. I think it'll be too far for them to really do anything, but they'll help the homes quite a bit. There's none down this way. How much does the medicus take? It's 11 workers. Could try one more. I know I just built a couple like production buildings, don't get me wrong, but it just seems like the drop was bigger than I expected. And I know they take people too. Alright, anyway. Yeah, I would have thought with extending the roads and stuff, you'd maybe even just see a slight increase, but I guess not. Really loving the look of this place, though. It's starting to really come together nicely. 170 pigs. Well, the pigs are offline. Got swine flu, basically. Yeah, have to wait until these are the plague is gone. How long does that last?
Simple folks, we don't have much to offer.
Probably until someone clears it out or just enough time passes. I'm never getting to Albion, am I? Who has the time? A skilled player, perhaps. Let's hop over. Let's try to build up some stuff. Get some stuff running in the background here. How's everything here? Everyone's happy here. No plague here. And lots of... Hey, why don't we have any... Oh, yeah.
Well, my nets need mending anyway.
Well, that's so embarrassing, dude. We don't have any timber here because I didn't run the buildings. So we can't actually build anyway. God, that's embarrassing. Alright, well, we'll just do this. We'll do this. Get these ready. And then the taverns and stuff will just go up ahead of it. So, yeah. I'll hop back soon. How about the ships up here, though, actually? Thinking about it. Let's bring the ship.
Festina Lente.
Might be able to
Mariners.
go down the very south. There doesn't seem to be too much down there. Like the pirates are over to the east a little bit. Pirates are right next to us. Just over there. Alright, back we go. Sorry, I feel like I've just been getting really bogged down. Little bits of combat and distractions and things. Let's try to advance again. They're getting their hemp from the spinner. Oh my god, I'm not getting any tech. Damn. So we got our tacking. Lingua Romana. It would be good to get some of these basic things. Replanting for the charcoal, so you need that in Albion. This one is in Albion as well. Sea havens, build out on the ocean. Villa retinue, Libertas workforce plus 25 from the villa. Okay. Voluntary vigilance, this will be good. It's actually pretty quick. It only takes 4 or 5 minutes. It gives us more patrols for putting out fires, so they put them out faster when it happens. Don't really need anything on the military side at the moment, I don't think. What does this require? Devote 2 cities to a single patron and generate at least 500 knowledge. Well, we could easily unlock that, actually. Available patrols plus 1 for Medici. Oh yeah, shrines. Forgot about that. There's one there, one there. We've got 4 more available. And then depots. How much? What do they cost? 11. They cost workforce as well. Everything costs workforce in this game, man. Damn. Oh my god. Wow. It's really packed down here. Jeez. I like the ships are just over, like watching over this whole thing happen. That could be a cool, like, little thumbnail, maybe. Smile.
What could you possibly require?
He's like, they're taking all our pigs. I have to. I have to. Alright, so this area is back to normal. A little bit of disease still going on out there, but the pigs are coming back now. Yeah, something's really up with this. I want to go attack them as well and just end the 4 little ships here. But we'll definitely lose one if we do that. Unless we could kite them forward or something. Is one of the ships in Albion a military ship? Because if it is, we could bring that back home. And then once it gets here, just do the combat then. No, they're civilian ships. Okay. The governor settled another island in Albion. Man, I'm so far behind. But we're up to 18,000 money now, at least. So it's getting slightly better.
You can hear the debates at the Grammaticus from streets away.
Trying to get more plebeians now. And then we'll get more of these guys. Alright, let's brighten it up. Porridge and fish will get better as the riots end and stuff. Well, I'm not sure about porridge, I guess. The other two are a bit better now, as long as we can keep them going. The garum and stuff, we haven't actually provided the olive press and the potter with the extra resin, so we can go back in the north now. This island has now recovered its workforce since we built the fish, so that's good. So yeah, we can get another one of these. Okay. Still room for another one if it's needed. So all islands, agricultural goods, and this is olives. We're now producing more than we need, so that's good. The resin, though, is low, so we need another resin tapper. And that's going to come from more plebeians, so we can get just a couple more. I think we needed 4. Okay, another resin tapper. What are you telling me? Assign a patron god to your island to reap the benefits of belief. We've done that though, haven't we? Oh, you might be talking about the one in Albion, actually. We should get that research tech thing done then if we do it in Albion. Hello. Manx is here. We'll talk to him in just a sec. Yeah, we've got construction material now. Let's go. Alright, there we go. Finally, we're actually building out here. Wow. It's not the best of weather. So, on this island, we need more cockles straight away. Workforce is so painfully low.
There's good eating on cockles, and not just for crabs.
Right, we can actually get a market and bardic hearth. This will just about reach everywhere. The bardic hearth is probably going to be a bit short. Could stick it in maybe here then. Oh, so thundery. I love it, man. Fall weather is like my favorite as well when it's like starts really heavily raining. Alright, we'll just wait for a little bit more wood to come in and then we'll build them here. Yeah, I'll give you your god. So what do we got? If we choose one of the ones we already have, even just temporarily. Actually, we'll do this one for the cockles. We'll start advancing research. Yeah, nice. Excellent. So that's now opened up. Was it this chain? Yeah. And then we can get into legally enshrined. Allows you to build more shrines. Yeah, but really what I want is this one. So let's get both of those. And Day Watch. Happiness area effect from Custodes. They provide even more happiness. Dude. Takes 34 minutes though, but yeah, absolutely. Workforce needed of warehouses is less, and then that one. Okay. That's queued us up for quite a while. In fact, building out of the harbor isn't really necessary for me right now. The extra workforce I'd be happy to get. Yeah, let's rotate like that. So workforce is coming up next. Manx, what's going on?
I've been thinking, if we had some ships of our own, maybe we could stand up to Voada like you do.
You want me to get you ships? Maybe some training will be good. Maybe you can help. Really later is what I'd want to say, but I'll just say yes.
We're not much for seafaring, we Capel, so maybe you could help us out. Have a little mock battle. We could take some notes, see how it's done.
That's cool. Sail to Manx's harbor with some combat-ready ships to begin the mock battles. Okay, we could do that in the next episode. Send our ships over there. We might have some real battles back at home, though. Alright, back to Mimosa. The population has recovered. We have... This is a trireme? Oh, a civilian trireme. My bad. I didn't really realize I was making one of those. I thought it was another pentaconter. We could put that on this instead, if it matters. I don't think it matters. Although we could start retiring that ship actually and use this one instead and sell the pentaconter. I guess that could work. But until we need 4 slots, I don't really think we should do that. I could sell this ship. I wonder how much we get for it. Let's see. Right, so we're here to buy items, potentially.
The island has always been a haven, where people are free to live as they choose.
We stand.
So if I open this, items. Yeah, the prices haven't jumped at the moment, so I don't know what that was about. Medician range extra patrols, water consumption reduction, custodies in range available patrols, workforce reduction for kitchens. Olive press in range gives a health area benefit. That might be pretty good actually, because we do have a health. Yeah. Sure.
That is good business.
We're getting
Roman.
plagues, so let's just do it. I know it's a lot of money, but let's just do it. Plagues and unrest. Alright, maybe I shouldn't wait for this just to abide. You know, I was kind of hoping it would. We'll throw down custodies then. Get in there, guys. Break it up. And hopefully prevent it happening again. We are so due for a big inferno. Well, I guess in a few hours, but it feels like we're just tempting it. But yeah, I'm not going to build an aqueduct until probably in the next episode. So I'm just going to keep spending my concrete on range. And beautifying. Can't do a stone bridge just yet. This looks awesome though. Really happy with it. Oh, it's so good. It looks so nice. Oh, so good. I'm so happy it actually looks decent. I'm always nervous. I'm like, oh, it's gonna look crap. Unlocked more stuff though. Now we've got togas. The one garment by which Romans are identified. Even the slenderest strip of Tyrian purple will draw a crowd and a flame. Population and prestige. Brooches. So this is something we have to get from the Albion. Nice. That'll be cool. Bring in some belief and income. Get some inter-region transport going. So flax fertility is needed. Oh, so you could actually do it here. We have flax in the north. And then we need snailery. We've got snails on this island. So we could totally do this here. I thought you'd have to go north for... Oh, sorry, I'm looking at... I'm such an idiot. Sorry, that's togas. Yeah. The brooches need to go into Albion. Cool, yeah, we can set this up in the next episode as well. I say next episode because we're just getting a little long in the tooth on this one. So I'll be wrapping it up in a second. I wanted to bring my ships back and maybe go for a little battle.
Latium's finest. Ready.
And it's in the bag.
There you go.
Or bags. Whichever.
Loungers, the items that they have in this game. 2.8 thousand. Prestige. Trade prices and cargo weight slowdown. Population from bread, if supplied. More population from bread. Ooh, attack range and ranged offense. 13,000. I don't really have the money for these, but I could just buy them. Population from bread. For all... Who takes bread? Tier 2 and 3, right? 2 population per household? It's pretty tempting. How many houses would be in range of the Governor Villa? We've only got one slot, and we've already got another item coming this way, so I guess we can't really do it. So in that case, I'm going to take the combat benefit, because we have a ship without any captain on it.
Ooh, it's a deal.
Alright. We'll head back to base. We're going to link all our ships back up together. You can dump her in. That's the apothecary. So we should expect health to go up. We're at 31. We're in the positive for everything except fire safety now, so that's not so bad. Even though this episode I feel like is a bit slow, a bit chaotic, me going back and forth, a bit indecisive for sure, we have sorted out a lot after dealing with all the riots and everything, so things are getting better.
At your service.
That went up, but not by much, if I'll be honest. The olive press gets a health area effect 1. So our olive press is here, so they all get a 1 health benefit. The other olive press we built here. It's outside of the range of this though. So now we face a dilemma. If we pop this in here, we get another health benefit of everything. So I think I should do that.
Cook 'em sardines, dripping with oil, picking me teeth with the bones.
Let me just move this temporarily. If I move that in here instead of the warehouse.
Let us fill our ships and storehouses.
She offers me a treaty. Yes. How do I get to it? I don't know.
I hope you washed your hands.
Never. Yes! Oh my god, trade treaty. Finally. I didn't even send her the pigs. I wonder what happened. Maybe because we made everyone happier. So new island claimed, refused ransom. Oh, that's interesting. These two are temporary. Decays by 5 every 1 hour. Oh. So claiming new islands. She actually likes that.
Such talent should not be hid
Maybe that's
away.
why she's all super aggressive. She's into that kind of thing. Advanced trade fleet. You have a good number of ships without military modules. Okay, well, I've got like 4, but fair enough. Stable economy. Okay, that must be the new thing, I imagine.
I like it better than the Emperor's offer.
Excellent. So we can now enter war declaration? I don't want to do that.
Why sow division, Governor? Weaken the idea of Rome. When together, we can be so much stronger.
Unfulfilled needs. Don't worry about that.
Your judiciousness.
We had a thing here, but it's gone now. 170 pigs. Let's do that as well. I keep forgetting about that.
No way, Praetor.
So we have 140. So 150, 165, 170. Let's drop that off at Zara. She's just across the ocean from us, not too far, and then we'll get to a little bit of combat. That'll pull us out of the red that we're in, get us into the black.
Waiting for your decree.
And my other ship is on the way anyway with the captain on board, which will be here soon. It's just, oh God, even I'm disorientated. It's over here. Oh great, now everything's on fire. Well, we've got 3 of these guys out. It's a good thing we got that in the research tree, right? A 3rd patrol, so they're doing their thing. That eases the fire a little bit. Gotta get that aqueduct, man. So we'll save up the concrete from now. Ooh, marble is starting to appear as well. But yeah, I think it's time to save up that concrete. And I'll probably at least bring the cistern. It's tempting to maybe bring it into a location like here. I'd love them to be able to get it all down here. We really need it there. I'll have to just figure that out on my own, you know, to play around with locations and see what can move where without disrupting too much. And still give us a benefit. And then split the aqueduct and bring one side down this way too. A lot to rework.
What could you possibly require?
Interaction required. Here you go.
Quod erat demonstrandum.
Oh, say more things. Sail to Manx's Harbor. Oh yeah, my bad. Whoops. I meant to go here, actually. Let's get these guys a few things now. Alright. We're getting started in Albion. Tomorrow's actually going to be the last day of this now. This demo. Or it's not even a demo, the game for content creators. But tomorrow I'll be streaming in Latium, or in Albion as a start. That's the plan anyway. So hopefully that goes okay, and we'll build out in the marshland and stuff. If you haven't seen that and you just want more Anno 117 from me, I did do a few videos on that, on playing out there. We only had the demo for an hour, so it's like a 1 hour video doing the Kelto way, and 1 hour video doing the Kelto Romano way, because there's a split. When we choose to upgrade these guys, we have to make a choice. Do we go Romano or stay Celtic? In this playthrough, I was probably going to go Kelto Romano. I think if we start in Albion, it's fun to stay Celtic. Later on, you get to actually have both on the same island, but initially you don't. So you do have to pick.
A fine effort.
Reed shoes and tunics. So those tunics we can make here and bring them to Rome, or vice versa, or just make them locally if you wanted to. And reed shoes are going to need to be made out on the swamp. So we'll just need to save up a bit more timber for that, because it can get expensive out there. But that'll be coming next. We could get a few more houses though, just while these guys have what they need. Sorry it's grid-like here as well, but you know, time is against us. 'Tis the way it is. Let's see what they have now. Got plenty of cockles. No tunics, no eel. Yeah, eel is out on the swamp as well.
So weary, Praetor.
Alright, so our other combat. So what does she do? She's attack range 25% and ranged offense. This had movement speed. This is the slow ship, but I feel like we'll just double down on strong attack. Oh, I'm an absolute idiot. She's for the attack range of towers, not for ships. Ugh. Damn, I'm having no good luck buying items from Diana, huh?
Away, no Arcus.
Well, we'll throw her in there anyway. We can use her later. could sell her, but you'd only get a tiny bit of money back. Alright, the houses are back in working order. At least now for the next episode, the economy isn't so bad. Should be easy enough to get things going again. Why can't I upgrade this? There we go. So that's going to be more money. Population's good. Yeah, we just have to now fulfill needs of the Equites, and we can spend a lot more time in Albion, actually, which I'll do tomorrow. Should we go for a little fight? No. You know what? We're running long. I'll leave it. There's a bunch of ships here. If we just get even one more ship, we'll then go out and fight them. And that'll be a good little end to this sort of mini-series. I mean, I'd like to just continue it, but I don't know. Maybe we'll do a vote and see what people think. It depends. If the game changes in any tangible way that warrants a do-over, maybe I'll do that. But then, see, I just feel like the start's going to be so the same. These first 4 episodes, it's going to be the same thing. So that's a bit redundant. I'm talking about when the game releases, of course. Get that sandal maker in.
I try to stay calm. It's the only way to get things done.
I agree. Always stay calm. Governor requests. A passing waiter sees your toga bright with the colors of Roman nobility and throws himself at your feet. Alas, his well-meaning gesture causes mud from a nearby puddle to splash over your hems. You sigh. Speaking no Latin, he gestures frantically to the wearers strapped to his ponies, freshly woven reed shoes and tunics. Hey, where'd you get them, huh? Because I haven't built those buildings yet. They're yours for the taking if you wish. No. You can... It's okay.
Glad such dilemmas don't fall upon me.
You're fine. Don't worry about it. Alright.
May your river run clear.
Thank you. That's going to be it for today, guys. Bit of a haphazard episode. I will admit I've been running slightly out of energy. But hopefully if I get some good sleep tomorrow. I only got like 5 hours sleep today, so I'm just running so tired. For those who don't know, I work on Manor Lords, and our patch is coming out soon, so I've just been also very busy with that. So that's where my time and attention also goes. So again, thanks for all the support. I've seen the comments of the previous one. It's crazy. Within a day, it nearly has like 20,000 views. That's mega insane. So especially for like a 5th video. So really appreciate it. So thank you very much. Again, continue leaving that support. I do see it. I really do appreciate it. I try to respond to some comments when you're asking questions and stuff. And yeah, let me know what you want to see in this final video tomorrow. I'll be reading the comments, so I'll be able to react to it in time, I'm sure. And then I'll be streaming as well later in the day. So just trying to think, is there anything else to mention? No, I don't think so. Not that I can think of. We can't go to tier 4, by the way. That's why I've just been kind of like, yeah, this is it. But, you know, it is there. I don't even know what tier 4 is called. I have no idea what you get. But I know there's cities made of marble eventually. Alright, that's going to be it for me. Thank you very much for watching. Please do subscribe if you haven't already. Consider becoming a channel member to support the series even further. And I will see you in the next one.